Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for all you guys born in the year of the dog. So let's find out how you guys are doing. Just going to give these a quick shuffle up. Then we're going to pick the three. And then we're going to see how things are going. Thank you to everybody that's hit that subscribe button already. We're way over the 200 mark now, which is quite cool. Very grateful. Right, let's stop there. Let's take that one from the bottom, that one from the middle, that one from the top. What have we got? We've got a white and two blacks there. Okay, so white is a good start, but as I always say, it's a matter of perspective because the blacks may be in the negative, but black isn't always an attack. It's all to do with the compatibilities when we flip the card. And we've got a catalyst card there, the sheep or the goat, which is a card that is all about change coming in, probably quite forceful and brutally as well. As to say that change is probably going to be something that is noticeable, it's something that's going to come in and influence things around you, it's a change of circumstances, it's a change in your environment, it's a change that is going to be hard to miss or hard to ignore. This change doesn't necessarily mean that bad things are going to happen because of it, because we've got a positive change here, and the goat and the dog are actually quite compatible. I think right now you need to focus on your goodwill. You need to focus on that goodwill that you have and being that humanitarian. Although you're not going to seek approval or validation, it's that kind of consideration that you need for like from other people. As we move into this sort of shift, into this change, as things start to move forward, we're going to have to look at the possibilities that if you close yourself off, if you become too cold towards people or become too, I don't know, critical, that's going to then start causing you the problems. That's then going to start having issues with you. It's time to be a bit considerate. Stick to what you know, stick with where you're at and focus on your objectives. No matter what the change brings, no matter what change is bringing forward here, you need to stick to your objectives. You need to be in a place where you are in complete control and you know what's going on. As soon as you start slipping out of control, as soon as you start losing that control, that's when you're going to want to start to reel it back in again, start to try and get control again. Because you don't want to be focusing on your own goals or focusing on what you're doing and taking on challenges to then be met by animosity or a conflict that you didn't expect because you weren't considerate of other people that were involved or in that place at the time. And I think that there are going to be people that come into your space. There is going to be people that are going to come in now that could be new. They could even end up being disloyal, dishonest, dishonorable. They could be people that could be triggering you to being a bit more defensive and a bit more wound up quite tightly. And that's probably or maybe one of the reasons that we're moving into these negative cards. And there's things for you to get done. There's things for you that you need to focus on. You've been letting a few things slip, haven't you? Right now, you're looking at a challenge of maybe dominance or, like I say, control. You need to be in control. This is about you. You know, your priorities may change and your circumstances may change, but you've got objectives and you've got to stay loyal to that. You know who you are, despite the conflicting interests and the hurdles that may be presented in your way. You know who you are, dog people. You know where you're at, you know how you feel, you know how you see the world, you know how you respond and react. You need to focus on what you do best and not be influenced by outside, sort of like outside pressure, especially by people that you may not know, especially by people that have just walked in, because these people are not looking out for you, they're looking out for them. They're looking out for getting self-gain. They're looking out for getting themselves into a better situation, potentially off the back of you, by using you. They may be trying to manipulate you or trick you or to persuade you into doing things that are going to take you away from your goals and interests and your objectives. And you're devoted to this. You're devoted to what you're doing. So you're rightfully okay to be defensive and protective if needs be. In fact, that's a given. That is something that you need to do. I mean, when it comes to a fight for dominance, you need to weigh up the odds. But when it's a fight for things like your own objectives and focusing on what you need and what you're doing, You need to focus on what you need and what you're doing. You don't concern yourself or of the other people that are trying to bring you down. Be considerate of the team. Be appreciative of the people giving you support. Be there for people. Help people. Try your best to, do things for people if the needs arise or, the situation is right. But don't bend over backwards for people that wouldn't even, try for you. There's no point. There is no point. You'll find that you'll end up swimming lakes for people that won't even cross a puddle for you. And you don't need that in your space. You don't need that slowing you down. You don't need to be in a place where you're always questioning people's loyalty or, their sort of honor or how much they're actually invested in this. Instead, just focus on what you're doing and what you're invested in and how you're dealing with things. Focus on focus on where and when you have to make your moves to move from this catalytic moment or this change that's shifting in, to remain control and be on top of things. Take your time. Take your time. We've got that nice slow ox there. You're going too fast. You're moving too fast. You need to slow down a little bit and actually consider what is going on. It's a thinking card, that ox. Time to do some thinking. Dog and the ox go well together if they are in the same circles or have the same objectives. And again, it's an objective focusing card. Focus on your objectives. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you need to do. Focus on have sympathy for others, yes. But you're not here to be liked by everybody. That's lovely and fantastic, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows and lollipops out there. Sometimes we got doom and gloom as well. And as I say, there's no point trying to cross lakes if people aren't even willing to cross puddles for you. I think right now, you need to take a determined, sort of stern approach to what you're doing. And again, your objectives. You need to be literally unbending. You need to be wavered here, uncompromising. I think right now, if the chemistry isn't right or something doesn't feel right or your intuition tells you something's wrong, if you get that gut feeling, then yes, go on the defensive. Yes, put your heckles up and push back to protect your space. You don't need people coming in and causing problems for you in this space, especially now. Right now, you can't have this. Right now, it's pushing you and pulling you from one place to another, helping these people, coming back to help yourself, helping these people, coming back to help yourself, helping those. No, you need to focus on you. That's what this monkey is telling you here. This monkey is telling you that you need to focus on you. It's a selfish card. It's the doer card, to do stuff for you. Self-care, self-interest. If you want to know more about the Doer Triangle, then you can find the video below in the description, because we've done a video on the affinity triangle of the doers. So if you do want to find out more about that, then do check that out. If you want to know more about the catalyst cards or the thinker triangle, then again, hit the subscribe button. We will be doing videos on that in the future. But that monkey is a self-care card. You're going to have to take care of yourself as this change starts to shift. You're going to have to be loyal to your own goals and objectives. Don't stray too far from the path. Do not go, bending backwards for other people. Focus on you. Focus on where you're at. And we'll find out how you get on with that next week, won't we, when we come back and do another reading for you dog people. I will be back later on this afternoon with a reading for the people born in the year of the pig. So if you're interested, know somebody in that year, then I will see you then. If not, I will see you next week with another reading for the dog people. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.